kind of like a dream come true, really. We've worked long and hard to kind of create a shape like this to make it possible, and it feels like it's here now. When we were looking for the land, one of the things Bob kept saying was he wanted to be able to look back. He wanted people to be able to look back in 200 years' time and say, well, they chose a great place to make a village. And I thought that was an amazing sort of thing to be thinking of. I wouldn't have thought of that, but he would have. He did.
The Community Land Trust locks the land into a commons that the villagers have democratic control of. It's not just about my generation or my grandchildren, it's about how we look after the land in the long term. I really like the idea of I think it's the Iroquois Indians in North America, where they say that when we make decisions we should look to how to fix the 7th generation. People can feel that this land's secure in the long term, being looked after.
The most important word for me at the moment is coevolution. My understanding is that we've, in almost every way you can imagine, stepped out of the process, the age-old, everlasting process of coevolution with our own environment. I mean, there was a time when if we weren't in that circle of coevolution with our environment, we couldn't exist, and we've kind of somehow managed to do it. But we've damaged our DNA, or the way our DNA expresses. We've damaged Gaia. We've damaged the ecosystem so badly that it's time for us to step back into that age-old process of coevolution in order to regenerate the earth and to regenerate our own health and to regenerate the ecosystems, really in order for life to continue. To me, this feels like a possible model for regeneration.
In the suburbia hill, I mean, I never really wanted to live there.
No.
We've talked for some time about trying to live a life like this. You know, we've talked about it, but it just seemed like more of a fairy tale fantasy than actual reality. And then all of a sudden, it just came and plopped itself down in our laps, and we're like, here we go.
Well, here we have the resources to do it, because if we tried to do this on our own, we wouldn't. I mean, I don't feel that we would be able to survive, because we don't have the knowledge to live off of the land, and we would really struggle. And I think we'd get really frustrated and wouldn't be able to sustain ourselves. But here we have the support, because we have Kay and Bob, and we have all kinds of experts. I mean, Kay just came out here.
Expert.
We have so much support here that I feel confident and comfortable moving ahead.
This is really different. It's like it's our dream living here. It's living on the land, living in a really pristine area, and having clean water, and starting to grow our own vegetables, and having local meat and the community. Yeah, and the fact that we live here and we work here and our life is centered here. It's just beautiful. We hardly need to use the car. And yeah, I think it's a great place for Lily to be in.
So yeah, it's pretty exciting with more people around and things really starting to move along. And this one's starting to charge around.
Yeah, it's quite amazing too, because we moved around so much. Like, we've moved, I think, 6 times in the last 5 years. And just to be in the same place for 2 years, or almost 2 years now, and seeing it develop, and seeing that, you know, the trees that we planted last year, they've already grown a lot in a year, and we've been able to actually just have a garden in for almost 2 years, and that's really amazing.
So busy with all the animals, but that's really exciting as well, all the new lambs and calves and piglets and chickens and ducklings and all sorts, which is pretty awesome, but pretty full on as well. Just looking forward to the next couple of years, getting more families in, getting some more families in with young kids, and hopefully getting a few more animal orientated people in to expand what we're able to do here with the animals and breeding.
I think a lot of people feel like they need to be an expert expert to come here and settle. So I think we're a pretty good example of the fact that you don't need to be experts.
Like we're on the leading edge of a wave, and somehow it's a wave whose time has come, because there are people all around the world that are kind of understanding this and feeling this and talking about it and networking about it. So it feels like we're just sensitive to the time, really.